What's up everyone, and welcome back to Boat Restoration by Ben. On today's episode, I have a very unique opportunity for you guys. Behind me is a 1996 Tiara 4000 Express Cruiser, and it is for sale. But let me tell you, it needs some work, and it's gonna take the right buyer. So, on today's video, let me walk you through the boat, show you all the good, the bad, and the ugly, and let's see if any of you guys think it's worth it. All right, here we go. So the Tiara 4000 Express Cruiser is a 46-foot boat length overall. It is very beamy. It has a 14-foot beam and some change, so it has a lot of space in the hull. But most importantly, it was built in the same factory as my 2000 Pursuit 3400 Fisherman, which, by the way, guys, thank you so much for all the support and love that you guys have shown that boat. I know the purchase video and the delivery video have just come out. If you haven't gone and watched them, go ahead, take the chance, watch those videos. If you like the content, like and subscribe to the channel. I mean, unreal. Those videos have taken the channel to the next level, and I cannot believe how many people have already reached out, talked about the boat, and recognized the boat in the wild. So that's super cool, but let's get back to this 1996 Tiara 4000. So this boat was built 4 years before my Pursuit, in 1996 in Holland, Michigan, from the Tiara production factory. This is a balsa cord hull from the waterline up, waterline and below. It's all fiberglass. Same with the deck. It is a balsa cord deck. It has big old bow pulpit, big bow rails. It's in a beautiful blue with some gold accents, some white accents on the hull side. It's got a nice anchor pulpit and Danforth style anchor up forward, as well as a spotlight, which I'll show you when we get up to the deck. As far as the paint goes, these are painted hulls. This is the original paint job. It has some scuffs, it has some scratches and dings. It's oxidized in some places. There's paint chips, there's cracks. Not in the best shape. I would say this is about a 10 to 20 foot hull, but for someone who isn't too worried about the look of the boat itself, it's still a great looking boat. I mean, this can be buffed out and you can get a nice shiny hull side. You can kind of already see, you know, it's got a little shine to it. The deck up top, the white, is all oxidized. It is, I think it's past gone. I don't think it's revivable. But anyway, I'll get to the deck here in a little while. As far as the bottom goes, no bow thruster, but it does have the two big screws off the back, the two propellers. It's a V-drive transmission, 2 diesel engines. This boat was actually equipped with twin 8.3 liter Cummins, which make about 430 horsepower a piece, I believe, tied to a transmission in the front here. So the engine's in the back, transmission forward, and then it V's into the prop shaft out back. And believe it or not, the props are actually in decent shape. The shafts are in decent shape. The cutlass bearings, prop spin over just fine, transmission oil, engine oil, all that's in good shape. And not to mention, it has an engine that's been replaced. There was actually, its port engine was replaced in 2013 with a new engine at the time, and has a lot less hours than the other engine. But anyway, the bottom of this boat, it's in decent shape. It's got a little bit of scuffs and cracking because, believe it or not, this boat lived on a lift for the majority of its life. It is a 2-owner boat. The second owner bought it in the early 2000s, and it lived on a lift the entire time. So that's a huge benefit to this boat itself. It hasn't sit in the water for a long time. It's been dry kept. There's some, you know, obviously there's some age and wear to it, but having it lift kept is actually awesome. And this is a big boat to keep on a lift. Bottom paint definitely needs to be redone because it's been on a lift forever, and it's just, it's out of it. If you left this boat in the water for any long period of time, the growth would just attach to all this bottom paint. So definitely needs a new bottom job. Here we go. Here are prop shafts, anodes, couple covers left over from inside. Overall in decent shape. Our rudders Exhaust ports are plastic through-hull fittings that we know all too well. That should just be replaced because these things crack and fail, and that's what wets the hull side, and we're not looking to have that kind of problem with this boat. But I will say, we do have a survey on the boat. Surveyor did come up with a couple higher elevated moisture areas around things like through hull, rub rail, a couple spots in the deck. Exhaust fittings were fine, but being a boat of this age, there were some higher elevated moisture spots found. I won't say like fully wetted spots, but they had higher elevated moisture. Moisture is gonna be something that is just present in a boat this age. There's nothing you can do to get around it. It's just here. So anyway, I'll walk you down this hull side. What you see is what you get. I think it's an incredible opportunity. If I hadn't have bought my 2000 Pursuit 3400, I was actually considering buying this boat. But for me, it is actually a little more boat than I am interested in. This thing is massive, and you will see that down below inside the cabin. These old Tiaras are known for their keel running down the middle of the boat, so it actually does have a keel that stops here when you get to the prop shafts. My Pursuit has the same thing. There's this keel that runs down the center, adds some stability to the boat. They're actually pretty decent running boats. They do a decent job in rougher conditions. But here you go. You can see that's a scuff, that's a chip. We got our boot line. We got some crazing and cracking along the side. Goes all the way up the boat. Some rub rail scuffs and dings, I'm sure, from a piling at many stages in its life. So it's got fiberglass work that needs to be done. So, like I said, hull side is in fair condition, but doesn't look too bad from a distance. All right, let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly before I get inside the boat. The good, runs and drives. Plop this thing in the water right now, and you can drive it wherever you want. Most electronics work. All the important navigation lights all work. I can't speak for the marine electronics on board, like the Raymarine radar on the roof, but hatch is open. The upholstery is in decent shape for the age. End of the day, this thing works right out of the box today. Put it in the water, fire it up, drive it away. That's what it has going for it. Everything else is a bonus. Trim tabs both work, believe it or not. They're old hydraulic trim tabs. Another good thing, like I mentioned, the port side engine was replaced in 2013. The original engine is still on the starboard side. Not sure about gear cases. I know the generator doesn't run and probably needs to be removed and replaced or rebuilt. It comes with 2 spare full-size bronze props down below in the engine room. Never been used. They've been mounted to the back of the engine room. Massive Raycor filters, extra parts, extra batteries. The batteries work. It's plugged in to 50 amp shore power right now and charging, which is awesome. That all works. Chargers work. So it's a big house boat on the water that still runs and drives. The bad, there is elevated moisture readings on some through-hull fittings in the hull side and on the deck itself, especially that like anchor, windlass mounts, windlass switches, around the hatches. That is notorious for these boats. They would allow moisture in those parts. Ugly item, this used to have a nice sea lift platform off the back. Nowadays, that has been capped into a fixed lift with added struts on the hull. As far as I know, these aren't wet. Through bolted through the backside of the hull. They were checked by the surveyor. I think they checked out fine. But yeah, as you can see, this old swim platform that used to lower into the water, it ain't going lower anymore. Climbing aboard, nice boarding ladder from the water. Nice teak swim platform that's still in decent shape. Okay, off the back here, first thing you should notice, this is massive. I mean, this step is 2 feet wide. This is like 3 feet of side decks, so very safe for kids running around and whatnot. Big old compartment in the stern, so the transom lifts up here. Yes, the boat's name was Shelter. Shelter has been named Shelter for a very long time, and you can tell that. Molded Tiara logo on the back of the aft seat with a little flag holder. A rod holder, believe it or not, which is pretty cool. Looks like he had added a couple rod holders back in the day. These rotating transom door latches, which I feel like somehow should go into that slot there, but they don't do that anymore. I guess they go in to the slot over here to stay in place. Yep, okay. Some wash downs, big old stainless cleats, little cleat for fenders. There's our shore power access, and believe it or not, it is a cable master unit, so it electrically goes in and out, and guess what? That works. Let me hit the switch for the trunk lift here, which is right around the corner. See the switch there? Look at that. I mean, I'm telling you guys, it's got a lot of bad and ugly, but it still has some really good things. Ton of storage back here. I mean, this is a huge space. We got our shore power breaker box over there, the old hydraulic rams for the swim platform that doesn't work anymore. This is cool. And guess what? I went ahead and spent $1,200 and already had the whole boat cleaned out of everything for you. So it's actually in pretty good shape, you know, cleanliness wise. All right, stepping up into the boat. Huge aft lounger, which is insane. The upholstery, you know, it's a little rough in some spots. It's a little dirty right now because we're sitting in a gravel lot. But if I can open this, lots of storage. Look, a hinge that's broken. That's an easy fix. All those seats open up. This lift here opens and gives you some access into the engine room. We'll peek our heads down there in a second, but at the moment you can see the props, spare props on the walls, big old Raycor filters, extra oil, tubs, extra batteries. I mean, everything you see comes with the boat. Look, you even get a pair of jumper cables over there. God damn. I see an air conditioning unit. Outdoor fridge. No idea if that works. I'm gonna bet it doesn't. Outlets. No idea if those work. I know these switches work. That raise and lower the engine hatch. There's also 2 other switches. Those are... I think those are supposed to raise this table in the middle. It does something, but the table does not move. Yeah, we're gonna leave that be. Anyway, this actually raises up and becomes a table, which is pretty badass. I'm just gonna put that back where it goes. Just needs a couple new hinges, that's all. If I had to give this boat an overall synopsis of what's going on and why it's in the condition that it's in, ultimately, this was somebody's beater boat for many years, and they used it, they had fun, rode it hard, put it away wet, didn't really clean it that much. So things are broken, they're functional, but not a whole lot of maintenance was done on this girl to keep her in pristine shape, as some of us more meticulous boaters like to do. But to each their own. Still a boat, still parties, still has lots of good stuff going on. A lot of storage. And that's where I left my beer. Let me grab that. Okay. Where was I? Okay, so before we go up forward, speak in the engine room real quick. Hope this hatch doesn't fall on me when we do so. But if any of you forgot, it's very nice. The plaque reminds us that yachting is boat maintenance in exotic places. I mean, if anything, I'm not gonna comment. There's too much cheesiness going on with that statement. Okay, 2 coolant reservoirs. This one has coolant, this one doesn't. Nope, just kidding. They both are fine on coolant. Looks like the reservoirs just need to be topped off. We've got more access. Whoa. Another switch for the engine hatch, interestingly enough. This is access to I don't know where, and we're gonna find out as soon as we open it. Look at that. Oil, tools, forgotten gloves. Yes, this glove comes with the boat. You bet your arse it does. Okay, in the engine room we have new engine on port side, 2013 Cummins, 8.3 liter, 430 horsepower at 2,600 RPM. Beautiful old mechanical injection P pump. It looks pretty clean. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I pulled the dipstick. Looks in good shape, hoses are in good shape. Even the paint still shines on it. There's the generator. Doesn't work, not gonna talk about it. Remove it if you don't want it, fix it if you want. Whatever you're into. And the starboard engine. Leaves a little more to be desired, but I guess if she works, she works. Another 8.3 liter Cummins with 430 horsepower. End of the day, I believe this has 2,200, and the port engine has 1,200. Cummins built these motors and still builds these motors, and from experience working for tractor manufacturers, these motors are supposed to last for 10,000 hours. So in retrospect, they barely have 12 and 20% of their life completed. So take that as you will. Big old transmissions, I'm not sure what they are. I'm gonna assume they're ZFs because that's what Tiara used back in the day. That's what my Pursuit has. Some battery switches, charger's charging, lots of valves, hoses, strainers, I'm sure lots of which could probably be replaced at some point. Yeah, overall, big engine room, lots of space, a little dirty, There's a little water down in the bilge down there. Nothing crazy. It's not like it flooded or anything like that. That seems like it's fine. But we're gonna get out of here. And I would say we're going to a more glamorous place by going down below, but I think I'd be lying to you. Okay, walking forward into the helm station. I'm gonna spin around real quick and just show you. This is a really cool social zone of this boat. Big cushions, large setup. I mean, like I said, it's actually like these, wipe these down. These cushions are in really decent shape. Non-skid's clean, fiberglass looks clean. Put this thing in the water, start to use it again. I will mention it has an aluminum hard top arch here, which the paint is peeling on. The upholstery on it seems to be in decent shape, protecting this whole area. This all can fold back and be wide open, but actually is pretty nice as is. But walking forward, we have a windshield, fully intact. No idea if the wipers work or not. I can check those at the helm real quick. Boat comes with upgraded JL audio speakers. I'm sure those were installed at some point. Again, no idea if those work. And I think the most valuable addition to this boat comes with twin tiki dancers. So when you're out there going over big waves, you got some entertainment. This door, in the spirit of transparency, is a pain in the butt to open. You need two hands. The tracks are all gobbed up. Something needs to be fixed there. You know, I'm sure with a little spit grit and stick-to-itiveness, you might be able to get that to slide a little bit better. But at the moment, she does open. She just needs a little love. The lock works. Yada yada. Nice, big helm seat. I don't know about you, but I like being a solo captain and everybody else can sit in different parts of the boat. If you really like to have you and your 8 best buddies or 2 really big best buddies sit next to you, you have a full sofa here, which in all honesty it's pretty cool. Little step to rest your feet, 4 cup holders, probably not enough. This piece here, not attached to anything, literally just sitting there. Nice big chart, piece of plexiglass. We've been leaving it open to vent it, but you can store a bunch of stuff in there while you're running. We got a skylight up forward that lets light down into the cabin. We've got a window actuator vent right up there, just like my Pursuit. We're gonna find out if that works here in a second. And then the bread and butter, the helm. It's got some gravel dust on it, but it actually is in pretty decent shape. Steering is very smooth. Hydraulic steering. I'm spinning the rudders right now. Shifting, very smooth. And then we've got our throttles over here. Those are perfectly fine. Like I said, trim tabs both work. I just heard the hydraulic pump running. We've got fuel switches. I could not tell you if these switches work. Okay, there's no way to know unless the boat's in the water. Few pop breakers. Helm air. That's pretty interesting. I guess if you're plugged into shore power, it probably works. Like I said, generator doesn't run, so that doesn't work. I'm gonna turn the ignitions on. A couple switches, and then start-stop buttons for the engines themselves. I'm not gonna turn them on because we're on the hard. If you're actually interested, you want to see the boat and put a deposit in, you can have the boat splashed and we can run the engines for you, and I will take you on a sea trial and boat ride on this boat. But it takes a deposit. I'm not just giving away free boat rides. You need to come take a look at it, put a 10% deposit down, and you can go for a boat ride. And we'll get to what the asking price is here shortly. But anyway, just a few $1,000s will get you a boat ride You can have your money back. If you don't like the boat, you don't want it. That's how this works. But just for full transparency, we will not start or run this boat unless you put a deposit down. But come in and take a look at it. It's free. Happy to show it to anyone at any time. So ignitions are on. My batteries kind of phase in and out of voltage. This one's charging. That one's deciding that it's happy at 11.1 volts right now. Not sure why. We got 3/4 fuel in our port tank, 3/4 fuel in our starboard tank, and then there's a tank over here in the middle. Maybe that's the generator tank. No, there's no such thing as a generator tank. I actually have no idea why there's a center fuel gauge. Our rudder indicator. See that? That all works. I'm spinning the steering wheel. Engine hours. Engine hours. I'm not sure why the newer engine has double the hours, but something probably was reset at one point, and that's why there's a discrepancy. Anyway, all you should know or care about is that they both run. The oil looks good, the service has been fairly frequent, and the port engine was replaced at one point. These electronics, they may or may not work. They probably need to be updated. Same goes with, yeah, depth readout. That's an old chart plotter. No way in hell that works. This radio probably works, the VHF radio. Whatever. And then we got our horn works. Navigation lights. Panel lights. No way in knowing if those turn on. Oh look, our voltage jumped up. Like our battery charger kicked back on. That's probably a good thing. Oh, yep. Panel lights. Courtesy lights. Swim platform lights. No idea. Engine room lights. Whoa. Helm air. Blower actually works. I'm going to turn that off because I have no idea what is in that hose and blowing at me. Windlass control. And this switch here, let's see if it... Oh. Yeah. Check that out. So windlass is going up. I have no down though. So I do have up, no down. We'll have to check the deck switches and see if those actually work. Windshield vent, let's see if it opens. Well, it appears like it goes down, but it just spins, but doesn't go up. Windshield washer's a no-go. Oh man. Wipers work. Port wiper does not work. Starboard and center wiper work. Port does not. Oh, our bilge pumps are all on. And they appear to be bilge pumping. What kind of water? I don't know, but they're doing it. Alright. I'm going to let those run for a second. And then engine room blowers, I can hear those running right now. They sound just like the Pursuit. Very nice. Oh, and then you can hear the Glendinning actuating. For the Glendinning synchronizer. For our throttles, you can synchronize, and you only have to use one throttle to accelerate both engines. Pretty nice. Same thing the Pursuit has. Wow, these things are ripping some water. I'm gonna leave them on for a second. Turn my ignitions off. I got a battery parallel switch. Sounds like they're done. Okay, there we go. Alright, finally, we get down below. Real quick, we got generator control right here. Generator does not work. Does not crank. Got a lot of mold in there. That was gross. I really wish I didn't open that up. As we walk in, comes with Old Glory and a lot of wood. And holy heck, does it feel like 1996 down here. Original coffee maker, of course. Black & Decker, the space maker. Some sort of bilge pump, water pump. I don't know if that works or not. Microwave, circa 1996. Pretty badass. Real quick, electrical panel. We got good voltage, charging, house bank, starboard and port batteries. We've got our battery charger monitor. So 13 to 14 volts, pulling 2 amps of current. Ready and charging, very good. And then an old generator start-stop switch that doesn't work. The ignition switches are not here, they're just up at the helm. And then our shore power hookups. So right now we just have the 110 going, so we can charge batteries. If we wanted different systems, we'd plug in the 50 amp, the 220, and we could run a whole bunch of other stuff. Air conditioners, water heater, refrigerators. Again, not sure what all works, but just from what I've been seeing, it's kind of a mixed bag here and there. 2 stateroom boat, big old lounger couch in the main salon, table that telescopes up and down. I'm sure this can convert into a bed somehow. A stool, bar stool that mounts to the floor, which is cool. A decent sized galley, upgraded flat screen TV, of course, comes with the boat. Little air conditioning controller, good old bug bomb that we set off not too long ago. Nice refrigerator. Not sure if that worked, but you know what? I bet it would surprise you. And then some old cabinetry, lights, possibly sporadic. Let's see if, you know, I tell you what. If I turn on cabin lights, accent lights, we'll just start with that. And boom. Somebody updated some LEDs at some point. Oh yeah, accent lights work, cabin lights work. Not sure what that one goes to. Where's my other switch? There are more switches that turn this on, maybe? Let's try this light right over here. Yep, accent light. That's pretty cool. The old dolphin mirror. You can have it. Where's our other light switching? Don't see it. I'll see if I can find it, but maybe those work up there. Maybe not. Honestly, headliner is in great shape. It's clean. This piece is, that's how it's supposed to be. It's just sitting up there, but it's clean. It's in good shape. You know, maybe some light bulbs need to be replaced. Hatches are all in good shape. There looks like there is no leaking that's going on inside here. Here's our skylight I was talking about. Little aft stateroom. It's got its own head and sink. What looks like a full-size bed with some additional upholstery and curtains. Couple fish pictures. I mean, I'd sleep down here. Okay, lots of storage. I don't know what's under this, but we're gonna lift it up and regret it. Yep, a lot of spare parts. Good old teak and holly floors. Same goes with here. Not sure what's in it, but we're probably gonna regret it. Wow, not terrible. Sumps, switches, vacuum pumps, water lines. Let's turn these lights off. I don't want the boat to get too mad at me. Oh, a stove. Wouldn't trust it. Another floor hatch. Access to what appears to be a fuel tank. And a bunch of lines. Air conditioner lines, I'm sure it looks like. As I come forward, pretty sure I just ate a spider web. As I come forward, I'm gonna come. We've got the forward V berth, which is a queen size bed-ish. Has a little insert to add a spot. Ooh, just stepped on a dead spider. That's awesome. Yeah, kind of what you'd expect. Needs a good cleaning and vacuuming, and somebody to give this boat a full wash. But ooh, another spider web. Gosh dang! No wonder we have all the bug bombs. Look at that! Another stool that would go out in the salon. Foyer area, bunch of storage. Cabinets, access to our main guest head, which I can access from the bedroom. Do our lights work? Yeah, they do. Some big old hefty hatches. And then, hello, granite sink. Or Corian sink, whatever that material is. Does our light work? Yep. Light works. I'm not sure if I have everything else on. Toilet paper comes with the boat. Make sure you use up that roll first before switching to the new rolls in the corner. About what you'd expect. Factory flush head. Still winterized. It's June. Shower. Decent space. I mean, that's a shower for two, if I'm being honest. I mean, come on. That's a double wide bench right there. Alright, Tiara. Not bad. It's a little gross, but it's just rusty. That's all. Rusty screws. Cabinet, more storage. Shut this down. If I want to access this from the main salon, we've got a door right there. Not to mention, guys, headroom in this bad girl. I am 6'2". That's pretty awesome. Big boat. Very deep boat. And if I step down there, there's even more headroom in the whole boat itself. Okay, I've spent enough time down in the cabin. Gonna go back up. I guess I'll shut off some breakers. Close that up. Get back out of here. See, this is what I mean about this door. I need two hands because if I pull from the center, this top gets stuck. Oh, now it's pulling out of track. I gotta move the top along. Let's see if I can move my... There we go. Use my knee and hand at the same time to close it up. Lock it. Yeah, okay. Walking towards the bow here, you know, in 1996, they still had limitations on ability to put glass in boats, especially with big curved windshields. This is how they did it. They either did full box or they actually tapered it with different sections of glass. All the glass is in good shape. The aluminum framing's in good shape. That's all I can tell. It's nice. I'm actually fairly impressed with how it looks. Same with the canvas. It looks like it's in pretty decent shape. Cleats are good. Survey found some moisture around a couple of these screws and whatnot, but that is something that is going to happen. The big thing up here on the bow. I think I saw the cushions down below, by the way, side note, for this bow cushion. This is a lounger that I think is stored down below. But anyway, the big thing for the deck itself is that it is gel coat, but then heavily oxidized, which kind of stinks. I think this all needs to be sanded down and repainted. So everything else, as far as I know, hatches don't leak. Spare Fortress anchor, Danforth anchor up forward, all chain with the windlass. Oh, my button switches do work, so my down works up here. My up does not, but my up works at the helm and my down does not, so that's good to know. And then, okay, yeah, so it's probably like 30 feet of chain, and then it goes to rope, which is fine. Big bow pulpit spotlight. Yeah. Not terrible. Somebody could bring this back to life pretty easily. It looks like the gel coat on the side actually is restorable, but the gel coat that was baked by the sun up top has been cooked. And there you go. The classic gold Tiara logo that everybody knows and loves. Gotta love that. Well, after all of that, let me just sit down real quick. Ooh, it is a little dusty. Let me it is a little dusty. Let me dust that off. So, end of the day, we have a 1996 Tiara 4000 Express Cruiser, blocked on the hard. Currently, has been for the last probably going on a year now, probably a little less than a year. The owner bought a new Tiara. Owner bought a new Tiara 48 LS 2024 boat. This boat is available now. Lived up its whole life. Has a lot of good things going for it. Runs and drives, ready to live on. Clean it out, put it in the water, take it to your marina, live on it, keep it on the hard, fix it up, repaint it, replace the generator, whatever you want. Our price for this boat is $79,000. That may seem a little steep for you all, but at the end of the day, replacement value based on the survey is $1.6 million. And remember, this is a 46-foot boat, 14 feet and some change wide, has 2 staterooms, 2 heads, a big beautiful salon down below, seating for at least 20 to 25 people comfortably, which is amazing. And a lot of cool things that still work. Yes, it's a 28-year-old boat. Yes, it needs some love, but for some of you, I think this would be the perfect boat to get into that big boat. So here it is. It's on the Chesapeake Bay. Reach out to me via email, which is in the description, and on my YouTube page, makinmotormoves@gmail.com. That's making with an N, no G, motormoves@gmail.com. And let me know if you're interested. Happy to share the survey with you. Happy to answer questions. Happy to show the boat to you. If you want a sea trial, we're going to need a little deposit to go on that to get the boat launched and put it in the water. But that money is yours back if it's not something you want. But anyway, reach out. Happy to help. This is a pretty cool boat. And in full disclosure, I probably would have bought this boat if I had not have found the 2000 Pursuit 3400 Fisherman that you all have been showing a lot of love to. So thank you very much for that. Subscribe if you appreciate it. Like, comment, I don't care, whatever. Dislike, any interaction, I appreciate. So that's all I got, guys. Quick little appreciation for the 2004 GMC 2500, which has been officially painted and passed inspection. So looking good. She is a classic. Well, goddamn, look at that big girl. That is a wide rear end. But in all seriousness, this actually is a really wide rear end. I mean, it's almost 14 feet, or it is 14 feet wide. These Expresses from Tiara were known for their beam back in the day. Some may call it a bathtub. I call it an opportunity for a lot of space. Either way, badass boat. If you want to buy it, $79,000. We are willing to negotiate price. Shoot us an offer. Let us know what you think. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to Boat Restoration by Ben. As always, like and subscribe to the channel if you appreciate this content. This boat could be yours. Reach out, email. I'll get back to you. And thanks for watching. All right. See you later, guys.